We here. Yup. I got you. Happy Halloween and all that good stuff. I got you. Just gonna wait for a couple of people to come in. It's a live stream, so that's the good part. And all that good stuff. Reserved intelligence, my guy. I see you. Couple more people coming. We're gonna get this live stream talk. We gotta talk about it. Y'all know that. We gotta talk about this. If Patrick Mahomes wins MVP, he is not winning the Super Bowl. We gotta talk about this. That's what we're gonna talk about. Y'all know my stance on that one. I always talk about this. You know, we're gonna get into it. For those that is watching right now, be patient. A couple more people coming, we're gonna get it started. Right? It's 11 o'clock right now. It's 11:01. Right? Because I do want to talk about it. Be patient. A couple more people coming. I actually do want to, I do want to talk about it. I feel like we need to talk about this. Right? I do want to talk about it. Let me get on the screen. Welcome to another episode of Is It Red? Is it scripted? Is it fixed? I don't know. You tell me, right? Another episode of Happy Halloween, good folks. Is it scripted? I guess the people that's not gonna be here, well, I'm not gonna say not gonna be here. They come late. They just gonna have to watch the playback as always. Right? But the people that's not gonna be, well, I'm not gonna say not gonna be here. To get straight into it, right? Let me start off light. I'm gonna start off light. But as you guys know, if you look at the MVP standings, right? They have, this is off the top of my head, what Patrick Mahomes, right? So they got Patrick Mahomes. As you guys know, if you look at the MVP standings, Drake May. They have, this is off the top of my head, what New England Patriots, that is, right? So they got Patrick. Who else? As you guys know, if you look at Josh Allen is actually in the race as well, right? I believe. New England Patriots, Buffalo Bills, and JT, Jonathan Taylor, right? From Indianapolis. So far, those are the top four. New England Buffalo Bills. Those are the official standings right now, just as of right now, because you guys know how that goes. So far, those are the top by four. After Sunday, or after Monday, I would say, in a couple days, you're gonna see. Most likely, you'll probably see it shift depending on what happens, who wins, who plays good, who plays trash, whatever that good shit is, right? So you're gonna see most likely probably see it shift depending on we're gonna talk about trash, whatever that good shit is, right? Don't let me play the other one. You're gonna see most likely fuck it. But you know what? This is how I feel. We're gonna talk about trash, whatever that good shit is, right? Don't let me play the other one. Fuck it. But you know what? This is something's not right. How I feel. We're gonna talk about. That's why. Ain't nobody tell me that. Now we got the audio good. Make sure y'all hit the like button and all that stuff. We're going to get into it right now. Right? Now, straight like this. Patrick Mahomes. If Patrick Mahomes wins that MVP, right? If Patrick Mahomes wins the MVP this year, which most likely I will not be surprised if he does, to keep it 100. The way things are standing right now, right, good people? If Patrick Mahomes wins the MVP this year, I don't think any one of you guys should bet the Chiefs to win the Super Bowl. I repeat, if Patrick Mahomes wins the MVP this year, this season, I do not think it would be a good idea if any one of you guys bet on the Kansas City Chiefs to win the Super Bowl. Sorry about that. I don't think it would be a good idea. I mean, like realistically, how many of you guys actually think Patrick Mahomes is going to win MVP and win the Super Bowl in the same season twice?
Are you fucking serious?
Do you hear me? Right? I don't. Listen. You know, is it far-fetched that the Chiefs will win the Super Bowl? No, because right now that's the team to quote-unquote beat, right? As far as who they have as the new team. They are the team to beat right now. So it's not far-fetched that they'll win a Super Bowl, right? But then again, you'll rather somebody else win the MVP. You know, so if anybody out there has the Chiefs to win the Super Bowl, you wouldn't want Patrick Mahomes to get the MVP. Let somebody else get it if you want the Chiefs to win the Super Bowl. That's what I'm trying to say. I don't see Patrick Mahomes doing it twice. I don't think, personally, I don't think that happens twice, to be honest with you. Right? And I also have I have something to say. And I'm gonna repeat it later on in the live, but I'm gonna say it now for the people that is watching. Right? Because I'm gonna get straight into it. I have a little bet with myself, and I'm going to say it out loud for you guys. Right? When more people come in. For everyone that's watching so far, I'm gonna say this. This brings me to the Bills game, you know? I'm gonna say it now. Y'all ready? If the Buffalo Bills and the Kansas City Chiefs meet in the playoffs, hear me out. I'm sorry, y'all. Just listen. That's if they meet in the playoffs. If they don't meet, then this is null and void. Right? Ain't nothing to talk about. Ain't nothing to talk about. Listen. Hear me out. If the Kansas City Chiefs and the Buffalo Bills meet in the playoffs, I guarantee you, Buffalo Bills will beat the Kansas City Chiefs. I promise you. That's right. You heard me right.
Oh, God.
You heard me right. Now, if that doesn't happen, I just want you guys to hear me. If it doesn't happen, I will quit rigged, scripted, and fixed forever. If the Buffalo Bills and the Kansas City Chiefs meet in the playoffs this year, right? Because we can't speak about next year. We can't have that conversation. I mean, I could say that next year. I could say that the year after. But let's stick with this year. In case they meet. If they don't meet, fine. Ain't nothing to talk about. But this year, I'm gonna say, because I could say that next year. True, I could say, well, the next time they meet in the playoffs, it'll happen. Well, do you guys want me to say that? I mean, because just in general, Kansas City, right, has the best of the Bills in the playoffs in general, right? So let me just say this. Let me just say this because there's a chance that they probably won't see each other in the playoffs this year, right? So let me correct myself. The next time the Bills and the Chiefs meet in the playoffs, let's hope it's this year. Let me say that, right? Just so we have it on record, right? The next time they meet in the playoffs, but let's hope it's this year. Let's just hope it's this year, right? If the Kansas City, and I'm talking about Patrick Mahomes versus Josh Allen era, if the Chiefs beat the Bills in the playoffs, I will quit rig, scripted, and fixed, and I will not talk about fixed sports anymore.
Are you fucking serious?
Straight like that. That's it. If it happens, I'll wash my hands and that's it. And keep my mouth shut if it happens. Now, I'm going to repeat it later on too in the live with more people coming so they know. If the Chiefs beat the Bills, and let's hope it's this year in the playoffs, we're not talking about Sunday's game. We're going to talk about Sunday's game too, because I need to know from all of you guys who you think is winning that game. And I'm going to give my, who I think as well, right? If the Kansas City Chiefs and the Buffalo Bills meet up this year in the playoffs, I do think Kansas City is going to lose to the Buffalo Bills. I'll just shut up after that. Straight up. I'll shut my mouth. I would have to do something to redeem myself. But if they meet, that's what I'm going with. And I'm saying that now. We don't know none of the seeds in the AFC yet, but I'm going on a limb and I'm saying it. Yes, which sounds crazy, right? But I'm going with it. Okay? Now, see more people just came in. Like I said, if Buffalo Bills and Kansas City Chiefs meet, preferably this year, right? Preferably this year. If the Kansas City Chiefs beat Buffalo Bills, you guys will not hear from me in Rig, Scripted, and Fixed. I'm not talking about Rig Sports no more. I'm dead serious. And I'm talking about the playoffs. I'm not talking about this Sunday. I'm not talking about the regular season game. And yes, Buffalo winning a Super Bowl, huh? Uh, that's a I don't talk about that type of shit.
Oh, oh God.
You understand? Can Buffalo go to the Super Bowl? They can go to the Super Bowl, right? But I won't pick them. I won't pick them. That right there is a game by game basis when it comes to Buffalo. Like I'm not saying I'll pick them. I don't have no opinion on that, so don't even ask me about that one because I'm not talking about that. You know? That's that. The Chiefs. Well, you do. Shout out to the people that believe it's real and still come here and complain, but you think it's real. Kind of weird, right? Now, why do I say what I'm saying? I say what I'm saying because here's a little nugget. What is the number that I talk about this year? I've been talking about before the season started. You guys know, you see it on the screen. What's the number that I keep talking about? That magically just always pops up for some reason. Not my opinion. It's right in front of our face. It usually just keeps popping up. Somehow, some way. The number 14, right? The number 14 keeps popping up. And so far, majority of the time, I've been right about the whole number 14, right? Right, Des? Yes, I have been. Not because it's my opinion. Once again, not because it's my opinion. It's because that's all we've been seeing. Correct, guys? I see you putting in the chat the 14. That's right. The number 14. Right? Buffalo winning the Super Bowl. I can't say all that. That's something that, you know what it is? That's a conversation that we are all gonna have to talk about if they make it to the Super Bowl. See, what it is everybody's assuming that Kansas City Chiefs is gonna make it to the AFC Championship. Not saying that they're not. I'm not saying none of that. Let's put that on record. I'm not saying none of that. Because Kansas City and Buffalo, they usually meet in the divisional or the AFC. Divisional, AFC. It's usually like that. So don't count out them meeting in I can't even get my words right. In the divisional round. Because that could still happen. Remember, we don't know the seedings yet. But back to what I was saying with the number 14, we've always seen that, right? We've seen the number 14. And you know what's so funny about this whole situation about Josh Allen with the Buffalo Bills and Patrick Mahomes and the Kansas City Chiefs, right? You see the number on the screen, right? The number 14, right? Well, here's something funny that I find with this whole situation between these two teams. Josh Allen is 4-1 against Patrick Mahomes in the regular season, right? Right? Josh Allen is 4-1. There goes that 4-1. And they happen to just keep talking about that, right? Dropping another bomb. That's right. But then you know what? What's Josh Allen's record against Patrick Mahomes in the playoffs? For those that don't know, you don't even got to do the research. I'll tell you, right? Josh Allen is 0-4. I repeat, he is 0-4 against Patrick Mahomes. He is 0-4 against Patrick Mahomes in the playoffs. Wow. So, for those that don't understand and don't know where I'm getting at, well, be fine. What does 0-4 have to do with anything? Well, what did I just say a minute ago? What's the number that you see on the screen? You guys just said it. 14. Now, I don't know conspiracy theorist shit at all. But Patrick Mahomes versus Josh Allen in the playoffs. Josh Allen will beat Patrick Mahomes and become 1-4 in the playoffs against Patrick Mahomes. I repeat, Josh Allen is 0-4 against Patrick Mahomes and the Kansas City Chiefs in the playoffs via the divisional round or the AFC Championship. Either one, because that's usually when they meet. Either those two rounds, right? If they meet this year for the 5th time in the playoffs, number 5, yeah. If they meet for the 5th time, I believe Patrick Mahomes is going to lose against Josh Allen. Josh Allen will become 1-4 against Patrick Mahomes in the playoffs.
Are you fucking serious?
Dead serious. If I'm wrong, then I'm wrong. I believe that's what's going to happen. Now, for those talking about Sunday's game, we can look at it 2 ways, right? Since I already feel like that's going to happen, then that means that we're either going to see a switcheroo or Josh Allen to get the best of Patrick Mahomes in 1 year. He's never done that. Like I said, he'll win during the season, then lose, and then lose in the playoffs. Or he's lost. There was a time where he lost to Patrick Mahomes twice. One in the season, and then when they met in the playoffs, he lost. I think it was something like that, right? But he hasn't had success against Patrick Mahomes in a clean sweep in 1 year. Now you ask it. Now, wait. Let me not talk so fast. So I believe a switcheroo can happen, right? Where let's say the Chiefs beat Buffalo, right? The Chiefs beat Buffalo this Sunday. And what's going to happen is a lot of people, just hear me out, y'all, right? You already know what's going to happen. If the Chiefs win this Sunday, there's people that's going to say, yo, it's going to be a it's going to be a for sure thing. Straight to the point, right? It's going to be a for sure thing that if they meet in the playoffs, Patrick Mahomes is going to beat Josh Allen because he already has success against Josh Allen in the playoffs already, right? Patrick Mahomes beats him this Sunday. Let's say that happens, right? So you already know what the chat is going to be. So what if the NFL actually has a rigged script and a fixed switch for all of us? Right? Shout out to my chat. I'm going to get to you guys. I see the comments. I see them. Right? But so what if we see a switch? Because I've seen this in the NFL before. Right? So if Patrick Mahomes beats him in the playoffs, now you're definitely going to hear, yo, he owns Josh Allen for sure. Right? Then the playoffs come. And then we see something else. What if that happens? What if Josh Allen just happens to 2-0 Patrick Mahomes this year? He wins this Sunday, but also wins in the playoffs. Wouldn't that be quote unquote a struggle year for Patrick Mahomes? Right? That remember the video I made weeks and weeks back? Is this going to be the Chiefs' struggle year? It kind of is, even though you see them, the NFL has them progressing, right? But how many losses do they have already? Like, what, 3 or something like that? Already. That's technically a struggle year, so I'm on point with that. And you still got more games to go, which I think they'll take a couple of L's. But that's an interesting division right now. Like I said, they can be one of those divisions where 3 teams go to the playoffs. Right? So it's like, yo, Are we gonna see them in the playoffs this year? Are we gonna see the Chiefs and the Bills, or we just speaking so fast, right? Now, if it don't happen, fine. Ain't even nothing to talk about. Ain't even nothing to talk about. Because I am interested about how this year is gonna go, though. Because you do got, you saw what the NFL had the Ravens win. Of course, you know that was gonna happen. I'm not saying that they're gonna do anything crazy. I really don't have nothing to say about them too much. I made a video, I don't know, for what, 2 weeks, 3 weeks back, about the whole Lamar and all the Ravens finish and shit like that. And I told people, just on a business sense with things, don't just count them out. Don't be surprised if they're fighting for that number. Let's, if not the division, at least a wild card spot. Let's just say that, depending on how the Steelers do, right? What happens with the Steelers? We still got to see what's going on with that. So it can be the number one, take the division, or right, wild card spot, 5, 6, 7, depending on how the other teams do. Yeah, whatever. We know that, right? So it's like, okay, you got him. If Lamar goes into the playoffs and stinks it up, that's another disappointing year for him, just like it is for Josh Allen. Honestly, at this point, when certain teams can't get past a certain player, aka Patrick Mahomes, right? It's better off if one of them just don't make it to the playoffs, to tell you the truth. That way you don't have to worry about the scrutiny of just always losing to that player over and over and over again, right? And I really do believe that's what professional sports do, aka the NFL, since that's what we're talking about. They'll have a certain player struggle because there's no chance that they're gonna let him beat such and such player. You know, oh, it could be like Lamar, right? Lamar tends to lose against Patrick Mahomes if they meet in the playoffs as well. So it's like, all right, we're gonna let Lamar have a bad year as the excuse as to why he ain't do good against such and such player, aka Patrick Mahomes, right? The whole injury shit, or they probably won't even go to the playoffs, or whatever the case may be, right? So you can exit him out. Now, what are they gonna do with Josh Allen? Are they gonna do that with Josh Allen? I don't see that actually happening. It'll be crazy if he was to get injured, but I don't see it happening right now as we speak. Is it a possibility with the NFL? You never know. But with the whole stadium thing coming and all that, I don't see that happening just yet. I think a fake injury with Josh Allen's going to happen when they get their new stadium. Yes, I said a fake injury. A fake injury will happen after they get the stadium. I don't know what year that may be when the fake injury happens, but not just yet. I don't see that happening. Too much stock going on with that whole thing. So I think they're going to let him. I think Josh Allen to play out the rest of this year. But it will be funny if a fake injury does happen with Josh Allen. And yes, I do call them fake injuries. I've been saying it for years, and I'm sticking with it. Pay attention to when these injuries tend to happen, right? So it's like Patrick Mahomes, because that's why I said if he gets the MVP, he is not winning the Super Bowl in general. I don't think Patrick Mahomes will do that twice. I don't see it happening twice. I'm sorry. Not even just yet, not even this year. It could be next year, 2 years from now, whatever. I do not see Patrick Mahomes winning the MVP and winning the Super Bowl the same year twice. I just don't. I could be bugging out. I mean, it did happen 3 years ago. As crazy as it sounds, right? There goes that 3. That's when it happened. So are we gonna see that again 3 years later? If it happens, huh? Let's just hope that they don't face the Bills during their playoff run, because of what I'm saying. But I do believe if they do meet, because wouldn't it be funny? Last year's MVP, right, which is Josh Allen, eliminates this year's MVP, which most likely, yeah, I won't be surprised if it's Patrick Mahomes. Let's be for real. won't be surprised if it happens. Right? Last year's MVP eliminates this year's MVP. But I do believe, people, if Patrick Mahomes and Josh Allen meet this year in the playoffs, just in the future, but preferably this year. Like I said, let's stick to this year because that's what we're talking about. If they meet, I'm sorry. That's when we will see the number 14 come into play, like I've been telling you guys for weeks and weeks and weeks now. Number 14. And you know it's so crazy. I mean, somebody did tell me, it's like, yo, that number 14 information you giving out is a free gem. Why did you give that out like that? Because I'm not selfish. I want to see you guys eat. Or I want you guys to be careful on the shit that you're looking at, because certain things is in our face. Now, you can look at the 14 with the 1-4, but you can also look at the 4-2. I just want to let you guys know that too, because 4 times 1 is 4. I'm not getting on no gematria shit or no number shit, but like I usually talk about the simple shit, because 4 has been a big deal as well. Certain things that I caught, right? But 4 is a big deal if the 14 is not there. Right? So I just want you guys to, just to be on alert with that. Oh yeah, also little quick note. I remember like 3 days ago or something like that. I said if the Dodgers win 4-1, right? I said something like that. Yo, if Dodgers win 4-1, I'm cementing myself as the GOAT when it comes to, rare conversations and shit like that. I had to hold my horses on that one.
Oh, God.
You know what I'm saying? Too quick. I thought about something. What does the 4-1 have to do with the World Series? Well, it was mainly the 4 because Toronto Blue Jays is number 1 overall seed. The Dodgers number 3. Yeah, number 3, right? And then you add the 3 and the 3 and the 1. Obviously, you get the 4. Crazy, right? So that was a gem too. I think I did tell somebody that too, but I forgot to bring it back up. And Vladimir Guerrero. I said this already to you guys. He's number 27. I don't gotta. You guys know multiplication yourself. You know what 2 times 7 is. You see the number right there on the screen. You see it right there on the screen. 2 times 7, and all of a sudden, he's playing great. Number 27. All the signs is in your face, people. You understand? You understand what I'm saying? Do we get the Chiefs and the Bills this year though, or do we get it next year? That's another thing, because maybe I'm speaking too fast when it comes to the Bills and the Chiefs. We might not get them this year. Remember, it's not. I'm just talking about if they do meet this year. So I gotta let it be known. This is not a guarantee that they'll meet, because once again, I'm speaking before any seeds come out. What week 9 starts? It begins in a couple days. This weekend in 2 days. Well, it actually started yesterday. But yeah, we're in week 9 now. We don't know nothing. Everything is gonna shift. But I'm speaking quick now. Yeah. But I'm just letting you know, because being at the number 14 is a big deal, and I see you, chat. Being at number 14 is a big deal, right? Why don't you have Patrick Mahomes and Josh Allen again? Josh Allen is 0-4 against Patrick Mahomes in the playoffs. Isn't this the perfect time to become 1-4? And let's be real, I know a lot of you people are going to pick the Chiefs in the playoffs. Deep down inside, I already know that. You're going to want to pick the Chiefs in the playoffs. Don't lie. You're going to feel like you want to do it, right? I would love to see how the spread is and the seating. I think you guys should probably pay that a little bit of attention before you jump out the window, right? But Patrick Mahomes is the MVP leader. I don't know how. I don't believe it. That's why I said this is all bullshit. But I don't think he's winning the Super Bowl this year. Do they go with the Chiefs in the AFC Championship again? Right? Because if that's the case, now it comes to the point where like NFL may need to change their rules that if this is so-called real, right? So-called real, like they say, the team that's usually dominant and always going, you might as well just place them there anyway. Put them as a number one seed regardless. I mean, just do that. Something like what the way college do their shit. Certain teams is ranked. Put the Chiefs as number one already then. You might as well. Because everybody fails when it's time to face the Chiefs, right? I'm just saying. I'm not a Chiefs fan. You guys know how I feel. Like, if Patrick Mahomes gets MVP this year, I don't see him lifting up a trophy. I just don't. I don't see it. I don't see it happening, y'all. I just don't see it happening. Now, do I think they're going to the playoffs? I think they trending up. Yeah, yeah, of course. Of course. Let's see something. Yeah, yeah. I mean, yeah, y'all remember shit. Let me move it. I'll take the number 14. I could take that down. Right? Hold on 1 second. Oh yeah, yeah. I'm bugging. I'm bugging. Yeah. I mean, y'all remember when I had this right weeks back, posted this up. Right? Some people was like, nah, fuck it. The Chiefs ain't going to the playoffs. Me personally, right? I didn't mind the 194. Now, let me tell you guys this. I didn't bet this as far as like for them to make the playoffs at 194. I wanted a better value when it came to that. But remember when we had a show and I showed you guys this and I say, yo, are you guys picking any of this? Now, for them to win the Super Bowl, you can get out of 1,300. But if that don't happen, for them to be an AFC conference winner, so they can go to the Super Bowl and lose, but just to win the AFC conference, it was at a plus 650. I don't know. He says, yeah, Ico, Ego, how you pronounce your name? I want to make sure I say it right. People don't like to see greatness. That's what he says. He also says, if if he doesn't, if he does, I want you to shut down your podcast. Now, if he does what? If he wins the MVP and the Super Bowl again, back to back, not back to back, but if he wins the MVP and the Super Bowl 3 years later, like he did 3 years ago, you want me to shut down my podcast? Okay. Now let me say this Ico right. I was wondering because I got to make sure I say names correct. You do know because your last post, as you guys can see, it says people don't like to see greatness, right? You do know. I'm not sure if you're familiar with this channel, but you do know. I don't think any of. I don't think any, and when I say any, I don't think any of this shit is real. I just want you to know that. Because I don't want it to come off like I'm really hating on the guy like Patrick Mahomes. But I just want you to know I'm not one of the guys that actually think sports is real.
Oh God.
So like when you saying when you say people don't like to see greatness, these players are handpicked on who's going to have greatness. I don't know if any of you guys realize that by now. That's why it's called rigged, scripted, and fixed. I said it before and I'm going to say it again. There is no way a bunch of billionaires, hold on. There is no way in hell a bunch of billionaires, just hear me out. There's no way a bunch of billionaires are going to sit there and pay young adults millions and millions and millions of dollars and also let them get to decide what happens on the field.
Oh God.
I'm not sure if you guys got that memo by now on where I stand. I've said it for a long time. I'm not going to pay you millions of dollars. And then also with me paying you millions of dollars, paying all of y'all millions of dollars. Because, you know, all the owners together own the NFL. So they all work together, right? I'm not going to pay you all this money and then say, okay, you guys play. We are not going to have no interference in the outcome of this game. You got to be, you can't be serious if you got to be crazy to think that shit is real like that.
Are you fucking serious?
It's not real. Patrick Mahomes, it's not a dig or disrespect at him. Patrick Mahomes is not the best player. He is not the best NFL player. People have to stop that shit. It's absolutely, positively incorrect. He is not. He's appointed to be the next guy. That's how they do. They push certain players. Because it kills me. Like I've always been saying about Patrick Mahomes. If he was so good, why didn't we see any of that in college? You got to remember when he first started as a Kansas City Chief, not a backup, but when he first started, he hit the 50 touchdowns. He was elite, quote unquote, that first year. Why didn't we see any of that in college? How come we wasn't talking about Patrick Mahomes on Saturday mornings on college game day kickoff? The only time you'll probably hear his name is if it was maybe a Big 12 matchup or some shit like that, right? But for the most part, they wasn't talking about him. Matter of fact, how come he didn't go number 1 overall? How come he didn't go number 2 overall? How come he didn't go number 3, 4, 5, or 6? Let's start with the top 6. How come no team? You got to realize these are so-called experts, right? These are so-called the scouts, teams, owners, every single body. But you mean to tell me how many teams passed up on him? What did Patrick Mahomes go? 10th or 11th or some shit like that, right? Right? You guys don't have to give me the exact number, but from what I know, right? So he was like in between like 10 to 15, right? Why do all these other teams pass up on him if he's just so good like that? He had a marketable look. That's why they pushing him. Put him to the Chiefs. We already know what's going on. Y'all don't want me to get started with the whole Chiefs success, right? I know you guys like, don't even do it, B5.
Are you fucking serious?
Don't. I'm not even gonna go there. Hey, yo, hey, you know what, Dez? You know what, Dez? I'm starting to think that is Neil once again.
Oh, God.
You guys know where I stand with Patrick Mahomes. This is not. I don't gotta say it. I've bet on Patrick Mahomes plenty of times and won games betting on him plenty of times. There was times I bet against him, like against the only one I really lost betting against Patrick Mahomes in a big game was the 49ers versus the Chiefs. That Super Bowl, not the first one, but the second one that was just not past season, 2 seasons ago. That's the only one I really lost. In all the other Patrick Mahomes wins, I had bet on the Chiefs. Man, it's business for me. I don't have no favorite player no more. I used to have it. Everybody knows Tom Brady was until I realized these sports is full of shit.
Are you fucking serious?
That went out the way. So I just want you to know, I don't want you to think, or anybody else that's watching, I don't want you to think that I really do believe that these players, it's really real like that. Like real? Like they the NFL literally gives you millions, but even with giving you millions, the players, get to determine what happens on the field. So you're telling me there's all these politics going on, a lot of things happening in cities and states, a lot of businesses happening. You mean to tell me the players themselves get to dictate what happens at the end of the motherfucking game? You cannot be fucking serious.
Are you fucking serious?
I don't even know why people believe that. As a matter of fact, let me and to address the whole thing with the whole the rigged games in the NBA, which they say is gonna follow up to the NFL. Let me tell you something. It ain't the players. If you really think about it, ain't the players. And like I've always been saying, it's the leagues, bro. The leagues and the sports books are like this together. That's all. They're just trying to hide shit from you. They're trying to distract you guys. It just is what it is. All this rigging, quote unquote rigging going on, and none of the big players' names is involved. How is that possible when the big players, right? The top players, we don't have to say names, but the top players for each team are the ones that usually have the ball in their hand the most. So how could you successfully rig certain games without the top players having anything to do with it? How's that possible? I don't shout out to my chat. I just don't want you guys to get it messed up. I look at it differently from how the typical person looks at things. I cannot sit there and say this guy is great if he's put in that position to win. He's put in that position to win. What's going to happen when Patrick Mahomes is no longer a Chief, if that happens? If Patrick Mahomes leaves the Chiefs years down the road and he goes somewhere else and that team tends to stink, are you guys going to say Patrick Mahomes is great? People's going to turn on him. Oh, he's washed. Or the people that still rock with him, they're going to say, oh, he's older now. He's older. That's the reason why. Yeah, but if this was real, I mean, remember your man Tom Brady got older. Tom Brady got older and he was still winning. He was still winning. He still had success. It wasn't like a Aaron Rodgers thing where Aaron Rodgers had success early, right, as a starter, right? Because he sat behind Brett Favre, but when it was his time to shine, he had success. But then later on down the road, he can't win a Super Bowl. He can't win a Super Bowl for nothing. It ain't that type of shit. Tom Brady was still winning Super Bowls before before he was out. As a Tampa Bay Buccaneer, when someone else won a Super Bowl, but he was still able to do it within his last 3 years of playing, quote unquote, if this is real. So then I expect Patrick Mahomes to do the same thing down the road if he's so fucking great. What happens is a lot of people starting to wake up and believe, yo, this shit is all this ain't real, yo. You want to believe it because this is how you escape reality. But people, is not. You got to look at it as a business. I don't think Patrick Mahomes wins the MVP and the Super Bowl again. Because okay, fuck it. Like I always say, so when does it stop? For everybody that are fans of Patrick Mahomes, when does it stop? You tell me. Somebody in the chat. Somebody in the chat. I need to know. It could be any one of you guys. Any one of you guys. School me then. When does it stop? When does it stop? Right? Let's say it does happen. Right? When does it stop? Because you know what's going to happen? You guys are going to do the same thing next year. You're going to bet on Patrick Mahomes to win the MVP and win a Super Bowl. And then next year. And then next year, and then next year, and then next year, and then next year. When does it? Yo, it wasn't even like that for Tom Brady. How does it happen for him? Just like that. That's my whole point. When does it stop? You might as well just give him the MVP and the Super Bowl every year, if that is the case. Right? The Kansas City Chiefs have a success thing going on because of the state of Missouri. All right, people? And also with the fact that Kansas City most likely will be leaving, right? They should be leaving Missouri soon too. I bet you guys didn't know that. A lot of people ain't know that. Kansas City Chiefs should be leaving and literally going to Kansas. That's what the whole success is for. You know, that takes money. I'm sorry about that, y'all. That shit takes money. You got to do a whole movement. That's the reason why they start teams early. They start the success early. Because something big is about to happen. Because let me tell you something. When Kansas City Chiefs move, right? When they move, they might have success, maybe 2 years after they move or something. And then they gonna go back to being trash. It's all a fucking setup. I won't be surprised if Patrick Mahomes gets the Steph Curry treatment.
Are you fucking serious?
That's another topic for another time. That's another topic for another time. Yes, you heard me right. Kansas City Chiefs is going to be leaving soon. People, the whole Kansas City, Missouri, bro, the whole thing with the Rams and the Chiefs, bro, this whole thing was set up. Anytime moves like this is made, they always bring in somebody, and then that quarterback tends to do good. Y'all don't see the play by now? Now, when I say y'all, my good guys in the chat, you guys know that, but there's a lot of people that really don't know that. They don't really do their research. And I'm talking about not even stats-wise. You got to think about business. This is all about business. If somebody asks me who do I think is the most talented NFL player without it being rigged, my personal opinion, without it being rigged, once again, without it being rigged, is Lamar. You're talking about real athleticism, real football, like real, without the fake referees, the owners calling the shots, the people that's on the defense. The guys that's calling the plays and shit from the top, watching the game down, right? Without them, without the coaches, talking about real football talent, Lamar is the best. It's not Patrick Mahomes. Matter of fact, Patrick Mahomes is not even what's his name? Patrick Mahomes is not better than Deshaun Watson. It's not better than Deshaun Watson. Real football? Real football? There's no way Patrick Mahomes is better than Lamar. He will not be able to hold the candle to Lamar in real football. Not the referees or the NFL controlling the game. You got to be fucking kidding me if you think Patrick Mahomes is one of the best football players in real football.
Are you fucking serious?
You what? No. He's pushed. Bro, he's not, first off, and that's the reason why I tell people, yo, y'all got to pay attention to these microphones that's in these players' helmets. Right? These coaches. So who do you guys think the coaches is talking to in their earpieces or their headphones? Fuck all the conspiracy theory shit. Don't be surprised if the coaches is talking to each other through the other side of them courts. Through the other side of the field.
Are you fucking serious?
There's not one of you guys that can prove to me, just like y'all can say, well, be fine. You can't prove to me that the two opposite teams is talking to each other. You can't do that. Well, then I'ma ask you. Show me, not even ask. I'ma tell you, show me proof. Show me proof that these coaches are not talking to each other through the other side of the field. I dare somebody to show me that. I don't think there's one person in the chat or one person listening or watching that can show me proof that they're not communicating. You notice how the quote unquote GOATs or the greats are not allowed to get touched? I'm talking about like that. Like you're really not allowed to touch them. Because what happens is if they're pushing a team, if a league is pushing a team, right? If you are pushing a team and you're pushing a player, you ain't really allowed to play them hard. You can't play them hard like that. Especially NFL. NFL is already a rough sport as it is, whether fake or real, right? You still have to be careful on how you do things. We can't have you touch him. All the stock that we have in this player, you cannot touch him.
Are you fucking serious?
I don't think Patrick Mahomes is the GOAT. I don't think Patrick Mahomes is the GOAT. Because what are we basing it on? What are we actually basing it on? I would like to see Patrick Mahomes and Lamar in real football without any of the rigging going on. Even the playing field. Fuck the bets, fuck the sports books, right? On pure talent. Pure talent, give them the same team. Give both of them the same exact team in real football. Lamar Jackson outduels Patrick Mahomes in his sleep. Super Bowl wins. Yeah. By what? But Super Bowl wins by them giving him the Super Bowl wins. That's why I kept saying, without the Super Bowl, without the rigging, without any of the phony shit, just in real talent, Lamar, Patrick Mahomes in real football. Real football? Like, think about this, Dud. My guy, really think about this. Real football without any of the phony shit that we talk about, right? Fuck all the shit that I talk about too, right? Forget about conspiracy theories. Forget about everything. Just close your eyes and think about, because obviously they have to, even though this shit is rigged, they still have to guard and perfect the rigging, right? Close your eyes. You really think Patrick Mahomes is better than Lamar? In what way?
Are you fucking serious?
Over overall play? Overall play? Hell no. What? You can't say Lamar don't have no arm. Can't say the way he flings that ball, he got the arm. So he can throw a ball. It's just that he's known for running so well that's what we want. Let's keep it 100. All of us want to see that. When we all watching the game, we want to see Lamar. We do what you do. You know what he does. You know what they call him, the Michael Vick 2.0. That's what we want to see. But he has a cannon. So Patrick Mahomes can throw, Lamar can throw. Now, when it comes to that overall talent with that running, who's better? I think we know the answer to that. And I'm not making this about Lamar, but what I'm saying is the whole Patrick Mahomes thing, I think is a little bit overhyped. Because people do ask, why do you get on him so much? It's overhyped. Well, you know what? Jalen Hurts has more success over Patrick Mahomes than Patrick Mahomes has over Jalen Hurts. So is it safe to say, even though I know they're 1-1 against each other in the Super Bowl, but last time I checked, Jalen Hurts won more games against Patrick Mahomes than Patrick Mahomes won against Jalen Hurts. Now, what is people going to say? Well, the quarterbacks are not going against each other. So how are we comparing quarterbacks? See, when somebody has the best of Patrick Mahomes, then it's, oh no, you can't compare. Jalen Hurts has more success over Patrick Mahomes than Patrick Mahomes has over Jalen Hurts. So who's actually better?
Oh, God.
See what I'm saying? Right? Jared Goff has a lot of success over Patrick Mahomes. Is it safe to say he's better than Patrick Mahomes?
Oh, God.
I'm just saying, people got to look at these things. In order for me to call somebody the GOAT, your success rate got to be better. You have to have success over every single person you face. Patrick Mahomes doesn't have that. Now, if he wins the Super Bowl, I don't feel he's winning. I mean, if he gets MVP, I don't feel he's winning the Super Bowl. Now, if he doesn't get MVP, chances are they can win the Super Bowl because, once again, Patrick Mahomes has a lot of Super Bowls, so there's a chance that can happen. You know what's so crazy too? We talk about the 30, we talk about the 33 a lot. Right? So since we talk about the 33 a lot, once again, since we talk about the 33 a lot, is Patrick Mahomes is he the exception? What do I mean? Every time in the chats we always talk about stats. We always say, oh, 33, 33 this. If this player wins this, he become 3-3 or 33. Well, you do know what is Patrick Mahomes right now? What is he? He's 3-2, right? In the Super Bowl? Correct me if I'm wrong. Am I right? Right? I'm not trying to be funny, but he's 3-2, right? I think. So if he's 3-2, if he goes back to the Super Bowl, why can't we talk about the 33 narrative with Patrick Mahomes? I'm just asking. Why can't we have that conversation about Patrick Mahomes being 33 if we make it to the Super Bowl? And that's for everybody, even the people listening. We talk about 33 a lot. Why can't Patrick Mahomes be 3-3, 33 if he goes back to the Super Bowl this year? Why not? I'm just asking. Is he the exception? Are people gonna say, "Oh no, he can go 4-2. He can go 4-2." Yes, I know that still equals to the whole 6, right? Fair enough. Yes, of course. That would make more sense around the 2024 year, shit like that. But if Patrick Mahomes does go to the Super Bowl this year, think about it. I want you guys to, because we tend to talk about things, right? But certain players, oh no, he's the exception. No. If Patrick Mahomes does go to the Super Bowl this year, because he's already 3-2, are any of you guys gonna bet against or with Patrick Mahomes? I'm sorry. Be honest, because he can become 3-3. Isn't that the whole 33 that we always talk about, that we've been talking about for forever now? You guys see what I'm saying, chat? Oh no, you can't talk about 33 when it comes to Patrick Mahomes. Why not? Now, am I saying that that's going to happen for sure? No. I'm not saying that, but what I'm saying is we have to have that conversation if he goes to the Super Bowl. And if he does go to the Super Bowl, let's hope they don't end up facing the Bills at some point in the playoffs and beating the Bills.
Are you fucking serious?
But if Patrick Mahomes goes to the Super Bowl, why can't we have that conversation? That's the reason why it goes to the title of the topic of the video. If Patrick Mahomes wins MVP, he is not winning a Super Bowl. Because the way I feel right now, I feel like they might give him the MVP. I know we are only in week 9 right now. Things are subject to change. You guys are right. Fuck around and the Chiefs can and blow it and not make the playoffs. Right? So far, they're a wild card team. Do they stay as a wild card or do they take control of the AFC West? They're gonna have to still battle it out with the Chargers, because the Chargers did beat them already, right? And the Broncos, which is they're on top of the AFC West, which is surprising because there was a lot of money on the Broncos to win the AFC West too. And remember, they started off shaky, and I found that weird. I'm like, wow, that's like killing people already. Even though I know it was already week 1 through 3, but now I see it fixing itself. So everybody that laid money on the Broncos, yeah, but we don't think the Broncos is going to win a Super Bowl. I mean, we know that.
Are you fucking serious?
So we ain't worried about that. So this is more of a seeding thing. Hopefully they don't end up a number 4 seed. Buffalo Bills, that is. Not Buffalo Bills, I'm sorry. Denver Broncos. Broncos. I'm sorry if I did say Buffalo Bills a couple minutes ago in that division. You guys understand what I'm saying, right? So it's like sometimes I just want people to put their thinking caps on and think about things like that. Because a lot of this matters. Patrick Mahomes can become 33. 3-3 if he goes to the Super Bowl this year. If he goes to the Super Bowl next year, the point still stands. Or if he goes a year after that, he can still become 33. Right? That's the reason why I'm going to fade him in the Super Bowl. I know it depends who they face off. Hopefully it's not I just don't want to see, if the Chiefs was to go to the Super Bowl, I just don't want to see them go against a team that you already know I don't fuck with no matter what. Like, for instance, like if the Chiefs was to go against a team like the Lions, right? Detroit Lions. Now it puts me now my back is against the wall of who do I choose to win a fucking game? Because we already know there's no ties in the playoffs. There's no ties in the Super Bowl. So like, am I gonna be forced to bet the Lions or something like that?
Oh, God.
I'm not doing that. I don't feel like I should do that. You hear what I'm saying? So it's like, yo, listen, this is how I feel about it, right? I don't think Patrick Mahomes wins the MVP and the Super Bowl in the same year. I don't think it happens. There's no way it happens. Now, I'm gonna get to my shout outs. Now, let's talk about the game this Sunday. In the chat, I need Chiefs or Bills. For anybody that can get in the chat, go. Chiefs or Bills, go. Right now in the chat. Let's see it. Shout out to everybody else watching. You're now tuned into another episode of Rigged. Is it rigged? Is it scripted? Is it fixed? I don't know. You tell me on this good old Halloween day. And that's what the red is for too. Red, Halloween, blood, stands for that. I don't want to hear, no, oh my God. But you're sitting there, you're talking about you hate the Chiefs, but look at the colors you have on.
Oh, God.
You know what I'm saying? No. For Halloween, it's red. All right? Now, what we got so far? I see Bills, Chiefs, Bills. That's for the people that just got wrote it down so far, right? Now, let's do this. All my members too. That's gonna be one of the games, right? We actually have an interesting slate to send my members, and hopefully we can do what we did last week. That last week was a nice one. Hopefully we can do it again this week, right? But this Chiefs Bills game is one of them. But I think everybody will probably know where I'm going with this one. So like, even if you ain't a member, you probably know where I'm going, right? What else? Okay, so you got Bills, Chiefs, Bills, the Queefs, aka I'm probably talking about the Chiefs. You got Buffalo. Yeah, I'm gonna get to my shout outs in a second too. Definitely got to get to my shout outs. All right. So, I'm listening to what you guys are saying. So, let's see what the odds is talking about. And I found something interesting, and you usually know what happens when this pops up. And I'm gonna show y'all a little gem. Not even a little gem, but something that I noticed. And I usually hate when this happens, but you can take advantage. For all the bettors out there, I'm gonna show you something. Oh, I see it fixed itself. Wow, it did fix itself. Cause I want to talk to you guys about something that I saw, but I see that it kind of fixed itself because I always do a comparison in the sports books, and it's usually, oh. All right. Shout out to the sports books because I see what y'all did. Y'all fixed yourself. So let's just get straight to the point, right? Popular. Boom. Go to the odds. I want to ask you guys based on the odds, what you think. Oh, you see it. Boom, you see it right there, right? You guys see it. You guys see it. You guys see it. Hold on. Let me drag that down. Gotta drag that down for a second. Gotta make sure it's right for y'all. You know. Boom. All right, there you go. There you go. All right. So as you guys can see, boom. What do you guys think of that right there? For those that's watching, Kansas City Chiefs. Kansas City Chiefs is a -1.5 favorite. The Buffalo Bills is a +1.5. Right? Are you guys rocking with that? Yes or no? I need to know. Right? When Mr. Randy has said something, and it goes back to our conversation that we had, shit, even like damn near an hour ago, right? He says, I will say every time the Bills are the underdog, they usually win. And that's what make things interesting, people. And I'm kind of stuck. I'm kind of torn in between this game, right? Because like I said, it could be a Patrick Mahomes losing to Josh Allen twice, or it can be a reverse. Patrick Mahomes beats Josh Allen in the season, but loses in the playoffs. Right? Okay, now as you guys can see right here, right? For anyone that's watching the screen, the Kansas City Chiefs, even on here on DraftKings, is 1.5, with the Bills being a +1.5. The same thing, right? But check this out. What I wanted to tell you guys was a couple of hours ago and days ago, because I've been tracking it ever since last week. I've been tracking it. The Chiefs were a -2.5. They was a whole point favorite. They was a -2.5 on DraftKings, where on FanDuel they was a -1.5. Just like the Bills was a +2.5 on DraftKings, but a +1.5 on FanDuel, right? I always tell people that is one of the most fishiest things ever, because that's a whole point. Some people say be fired. That does not matter, which you probably got a point. But usually when you see that, that's kind of lets you know who's gonna win the game for the most part. Because at the end of the day, the game can end on 2. Right? Because that's how it used to be back in the day. When you used to see that one book, especially two books that's comparable to each other, right? And let's keep it 100. DraftKings and FanDuel, like, they have offices fucking in Jersey, so like they're in close connection. Let's just be for real. I think all the books is in bed together, right? But I don't see how a big swing, a whole point, would really matter like that. But I know the success I have had was when I see that, I usually would just take the favorite, right? But now it adjusted itself, right? And in a game like this, because every game is different, every rivalry is different. The Buffalo Bills, the man, it's crazy. From what I see here, based on the odds adjusting itself back to the correct way, it looks like, I'm just saying, y'all, this is not my final pick, but it looks like, it just looks like for right now, the Buffalo Bills would win the game. You guys see what you guys see what I'm saying, right? Yes, Randy, they did the same thing with the Ravens and the Bills. You see, like, that don't make no sense how the books is doing that. So from right now, what I'm seeing, it's 1.5. But I will not be surprised, because I'm going to check the odds later on in a couple of hours, and also tonight, if we see the Chiefs move back up to 2.5 again. If we see the Chiefs move back up to 2.5 on DraftKings, but still stay 1.5 on FanDuel, I'm gonna be honest with you, I might lean towards the Chiefs to win the game on Sunday. I'm just saying. So I just want you guys to take note of that. When the books, not all games though, too, be careful. Don't just things don't happen with all games. But with certain games like that, I don't understand how the books would have two different numbers. That's what it was. It it has adjusted itself and now you guys see something different, but that's not what it was a couple of hours ago in the morning, right? It was oh man, let me see. It was 2.5 Chiefs, 1.5 Bills. 2.5 Chiefs plus 2.5 Bills. DraftKings. FanDuel was 1.5. So I needed you guys to know that. So I'm not sure who has their parlays cooked up already, right? But like for my members too, hopefully you didn't cook no parlays up yet. Well, you probably did. You probably went with your picks. But from what I'm gonna send out, you later on today, you have to let me do a little bit more research on the Chiefs game because I don't want to flip flop for you guys, but I also do want to include that in one of the picks. But hey, here's the thing: you guys don't have to use it because I keep forgetting. Like these are the games of interest, but you don't have to use those games of interest. Like if the Chiefs and the Bills looks they look suspect to you, you don't have to pick it because we already know. I don't think that game's gonna end up. I don't think it's gonna end up a tie. I don't think that's gonna happen, right? So, I just want you to know that. Oh yeah, Fernie, real quick too, as far as the World Series, yo, Fernie, I probably, yo, bro, I wonder if you noticed this, right? Because Fernie says, I wouldn't be surprised if the Blue Jays win in 6 tonight, like Drake called Toronto the 6. Yes, Toronto is called the 6. It's always been called the 6. I think it has something to do with the area code and the whole something about Toronto is the reason why they call it the 6. People think Drake made that up, but no. Toronto was called the 6. It's always been called the 6, right? But you want to hear something funny, y'all? And this is what I know this for sure. I remember this, right? Certain things that I don't have to like look up. I remember this as a kid. Toronto Blue Jays. The last time they went to a World Series was they went in 92 and in 1993. So I want you guys to know that. Toronto Blue Jays went in 1992. They went in 1993, right? And guess what? They won both of those World Series in 6. That's right. They won in 6 because I know they beat Atlanta Braves and then the Phillies, or it was Phillies and then Atlanta Braves. It was something like that. It was one. I don't. Damn, I was fucking 7, 8 years old, right? But I know 92 and 93 they won the World Series and they won both of those 4 games to 2 in 6. Now, for those that like to play with the numbers and shit like that, they can win in 6 for the third time. 6, 6, 6. 666 is known as the bad number, as you guys know, right? I heard that 666 is technically supposed to be a good number, but 666, there goes that evil number, so they could do it again for the third time. Win 4 games to 2 on Halloween. So that's a little gem for those that don't know. Well, now you know. 666. That would be funny if that shit happens. Is it gonna happen? We'll see. But I'ma laugh my ass off if that does happen.
Oh, God.
Yeah, see, yeah, there you go, chat. Yeah, see, I know I wasn't bugging. Certain things I just remember too. Like when you guys was kids, I remember the Blue Jays. I remember them raising the trophy up when I was, cause I remember where I was in the room, right, when I was a little kid when they won, when they went back to back. I think think it was the Braves first, then Philly, or it was Philly first and then the Braves. I don't know, but they in the same division, Philly and Atlanta. So I remember that because in '91 Atlanta had went, but I think they had lost as well. '91 they lost because it was something like that. Something I could be wrong, y'all, but it was something like that. 'Cause I remember Atlanta went back to back and lost, and then Philly went and then lost, but Toronto beat both of those two teams. The '91, can't remember who they went against. Off the top of my head, I can't remember. But so that's just a little noggin for y'all. I do want to fuck with that game tonight, but I'll let y'all know about that. Some shit. I don't got my opinion on it just yet, but hey, you guys peeped how Magic Johnson that was funny. What did Magic Johnson say 2 days ago or something like that? And this is how I knew take Toronto. Your man Magic Johnson, and I'm like, yo, sports is so corrupt, yo. Like the way they catch people, I don't understand how people fall for this mess. Magic Johnson, we all know about his ownership and his connection with the Dodgers, right? We already know what it is. Why is he gonna go on Twitter or in public and say whoever wins tonight's game, that was Game 5, is gonna take control of the World Series?
Oh God.
Y'all remember that, right? Y'all remember that, right? So let's think about it. Chat, you guys know. Somebody that don't know no better. You got to think about. You got Magic Johnson. He's a Dodger, right? Magic Johnson. He's Dodgers all the way. Connection in LA. All that shit, right? He publicly goes out and says, yo, whoever wins this game is going to win the World Series or take control of the rest of the World Series or some shit like that, right? So, a novelty better or somebody that is a real fanboy, what do you think they're going to do? The average person is going to go out and what? They're going to put money on who to win. Let's be honest. They're going to put money on the Dodgers to win the game because it's like, oh, Magic Johnson, he's saying it, right? So he must be confident that his team, the Dodgers, is going to win because he's surely not going to go against his team, the Dodgers, right? And then what happens? Toronto gets in the lead early, doesn't let up, it wins the game just like that. The sports books and Magic Johnson was like, we got it.
Oh God.
You see what I'm saying? Now, are you asking me, is it a chance that it could be a Game 7? Yeah. Listen, I didn't give no pick on what I think is going to happen. I just think I'm just saying though, it'll be interesting. It'll be interesting if Toronto does a 6-6-6. Just like that, especially today on Halloween. That's what I'm saying, right? Because the Dodgers could still win in Game 7 as well, too. Don't forget that, y'all. But I'm just saying, it will be mad funny if that does happen tonight. So, of course, I'm going to be looking into that game even more, y'all, because that's going to be some funny shit. Damn, I forgot to charge my drink. My fault, y'all. But yeah, so that's a little noggin for y'all. That's a little noggin for y'all, a little something for y'all to rock with. But I forgot about my shout outs. You know I did. On Rig Scripted and Fixed, I love to shout my guys out because I always say you can be anywhere in the world, but you here with me. I always say that, right? But I appreciate, even the ones that disagree with me, I still appreciate you guys as well, right? Shout out to the members too, the people that believed in my word, you know, and they get that membership and it's like, yo, be fine rocking with it. Cause basically you already know once you pay for that membership, it's gonna be damn near free because you're gonna be winning. And also I'm gonna add some memberships also straight onto the YouTube, not even just the website, so you guys can get the full experience. But you know, we'll talk about that. But not for nothing. No, I have to shout out my guys. I'm gonna try to see who I can get because I know certain people go in and out. But you know, we got my man Coalition Breezy in the goddamn building. Somebody guard your children. Drop a bomb for my man Coalition. We got my man Dez Dix. Oh, that's crazy. My man Dez Dixon in the goddamn building. Guard your children in the goddamn building. Drop a bomb for my man Dez. Man, we got my man Grandy Marquise. He's in the goddamn building. Guard your children. Oh yeah, real quick. He says the Raptors won the finals in game 6. And little note too, you do know it was Toronto versus the California team too, right? Even though it was the Golden State Warriors, but now we got Toronto versus another California team, but that happens to be the Dodgers. Yeah, a little something. I'm tap myself on the back for that little nugget. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, so we see that again 6 years later, right? 6 years later, because that finals was in 2019. But you know, you already know how that goes, right? T Money in the goddamn building. Shout out to my boy T goddamn Money. You know what I'm saying? Who else was here? Oh, King High. You know King High, he was definitely in the building. King High, shout out to him, drop a bomb. Blackbird McKnight. Y'all better get it right. Shout out, all that. But you know, drop a bomb. Fernie Ortiz in the goddamn building, please. Fernie Ortiz, drop a bomb. Mr. Randy Watson in the goddamn building. I see you guys. Y'all was cooking up some stats in the chat. I was watching. My man Growtopia, you know, I love that name, in that goddamn building. What's up, my guy? Marco Polo in the goddamn building. Marco Polo in the goddamn building. Drop a bomb. My man SCF 1222083. What's good, my boy? You back? I ain't see you in a minute, too. Drop a bomb. My man Antonio, he was in the goddamn building. Antonio 2528. He says the Bills, though. He rocking with the Bills. Drop a bomb for him. Reserve Intelligence. You already know my man Reserve in the goddamn building. He came through the swing through and all that shit like that. Drop a bomb. My man Lorenzo D2283 in the goddamn building. Hey, Lorenzo, what's up, my boy? Dud Bowl, Low Lights. He came through to let y'all know what's up. Rig scripted and fixing all that good shit. Drop a bomb. Right? I know we ain't finished because I know it was a couple of y'all too that was here. You know what I'm saying? Oh, Dr. Anderson, he came through. He was here earlier. Dr. Anderson, 2009. He's not better than Lamar Jackson. That's what I'm talking about, Doc. Drop a bomb for you on that one. And that's Patrick Mahomes we're talking about. That's Patrick Mahomes we're talking about. Who else we had? Who else was here? Who else was here? And you know what? Whatever. I gotta make sure I'm pronouncing it correct. But you know what? I'm gonna drop a bomb for you on it. You know what I mean? Because you didn't have to be here and you came through. So shout out to you on that one. Drop a bomb. I wonder if that was really Neil undercover. Y'all guys know, huh? Yo, Tom. Oh no, I'm sorry. It ain't the Tom, but this is Thomas Jennings in the building. Right? With the hate. Because, you know, he's going to say, if it's rigged, why are you not rich from betting if it's rigged? It don't work that way. And actually, I actually do have a show. I have a show like that. You do know that. But let me say this, though. For Thomas Jennings, right? Shout out to him for that comment. Let me shut the music off for a second. See, here's the thing about that. It don't work that way. Everybody as a collective that feels is rigged has to be on one accord. That's how you change things around. If it's just one person, it's not going to work that way. And then Thomas, I'm sorry, because it's not Tom. And then Thomas, you do know, because I haven't said it, certain books limit you from what you can do and what you can't do too. You do know that once you bet a certain amount, you're gonna be red flagged and they're not gonna allow it too. Because I know a lot of people usually say that if you know it's rigged, how come you're not rich from betting? A lot of books don't just let people bet big like that. Don't be fooled by all the people that's saying that they're able to bet thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars and it's not red flag. It don't work that way. You walk into a sports book with 10,000. I want you to do it all the time and see if your ass won't get kicked out. It don't work that way. You can't get rich off of betting because there's a limit of how much they're gonna let you bet. Anybody that really bets would know that, by the way, right? So we gotta put that out there. But shout out to you, Tom, for that. You know what I'm saying? King High Priest already. Super Smiths was in the building. My man Super Smiths, of course. Let me drop a bomb for my man Super Smiths and all that. He came through and all that good shit. Bomb again. Punky Monkey. My man Punky Monkey. I told you that name was fire. Punky Monkey in the building. My man Bill Fay in the building. Bill Fay was good, my guy. My man Repeat, you already know the deal. Repeat in the building. All right, I gotta. Hold on, there's more I gotta get. I want to make sure I get everybody. Now, for those that's watching, that's not talking, shout out to y'all too, though. I just want to make sure I catch up with everybody. A lot. Oh, my man Ishmael Reeves. He's always gonna say GA in the building. Ishmael, shout out to my boy Ishmael. What else we have? Who else we got? Wait. Anton. Yo, Anton, did I get you? Nah, I didn't get you, Anton, just now. Yo, B, what's your picks for the games this weekend? Oh, you got Twitter or something? You gonna have to hit me on that one or whatever, cause you gonna have to hit me on that one. You gonna hit me on that one. Yeah, we got my lovely wife in the building. Shit, with the hearts and the fire and all out. Shout out to her. Please drop a bomb. That's what I'm talking about. This is a nice show. We got a little nice show and all that shit, right? Who else? Because I gotta make sure I get everybody. I don't like missing people and shit like that. Yeah, Jamal. See, sometimes I can't read and shit. Jamal in the goddamn building. Shout out to Jamal. What's up? Say, yo, Mr. B Fire, what up now? What up to you, man? You already know what we doing here. Rig Script and the Fix. I feel like I got the ones that was in the chat. I feel like I got now everyone that's not in the chat. Shout out to y'all. So that. Listen. This Sunday. Now, as far as the games. Yeah. So as far as the games, right? I want you guys to be careful, right? A lot of people asking me my picks on the games. I do want to put it out there, but that wouldn't be fair to my members, right? It wouldn't be fair to the members. But I'll tell you this. How about this? What are my games of interest that I'm rocking with? Let me say this. The Patriots versus the Falcons. Right? Patriots versus Falcons. Cincinnati Bengals, the Chicago Bears at the Cincinnati Bengals. The Indianapolis Colts at the Pittsburgh Steelers. San Francisco 49ers at the New York Giants. Kansas City Chiefs at the Buffalo Bills. That's the NFL games. That's the NFL games. Right? College, Cincinnati at Utah. Vanderbilt at Texas. Those are 7 games I've done my studying for, but the Chiefs and the Bills, I got something I'm gonna have to check up on, to be honest with you guys. Right? So as you know, those are my games that I'm interested in now. As you know, I watch all games, right? But these are the ones I have my eye on. Let's say that I have my eye on. The Cowboys game I do as well, but that's a Monday night game, right? I believe people, right? So if that's a Monday game, because I know sometimes you guys really want to know what's going on with Sunday. It just is what it is. I know that. Right? Monday is like, damn, it's another game. I mean, it's a standalone game. Nah, and then people that got their bets, let's keep it 102. Most of y'all that do have y'all bets, you want to cash in on a Sunday, right? You don't want to wait till Monday night. It just is what it is. Come on now. We know that's the truth. We know that's the truth. So, let's just let's be honest. But I do actually like that game too. Now, we can talk about that on a Monday. If we stream and we can say, what's going on with that game, because I do think I know who's not think I know for sure, but I have an idea of who's gonna win that game, right? But that Chiefs and the Bills one, I want you guys to be very careful about that game. Seriously, for anyone that already has your bets in, hopefully you what hopefully you did your studying, and what I mean by studying, as far as like what it's gonna do for each division. Because I feel a lot of people, when they bet, they don't think about the division that these teams are in. That's why I said you have to take your biasness out of who you like. You have to really you got to think about the divisions, because just because you got Bills and the Chiefs, a lot of you guys tend to forget about the Broncos, the Chargers, Patriots. What does it do for the whole divisions on both teams? That's how I usually pick. I don't pick just off, because every game has something to do with the next, whether people believe it or not. It does. Because if this team takes a loss, this other team that can take advantage and take that division. That's how you got to look at things. That's some free game right there. You know what I'm saying? My man Deleon Cruz in a goddamn building. He says 49ers in Texas. That's what he like. College and NFL, right? I'll tell you this much. I ain't even gonna lie, people. I like Texas this Saturday. Fuck it. Right? Ohio at 20. That should be probably a no-brainer. That should be a no-brainer. Just to be safe, people, depending on what book you deal with, maybe if you can get them at a 19, just in case. And I only say that just in case Ohio State's opponent does some dumb shit but going for 2. The dumb shit happens. I don't like people getting jerked off of one point spreads and shit like that. So if you find it at a good price, just don't take it at minus 21.5. I just say that would be dangerous. Don't do that. I would say be careful with that one, right? What else? It was another point. It was another point I saw. So yeah, uh, Blackberg McKnight says Texans over the Broncos. What you guys think of that? The Texans over the Broncos. Well, let's take a look. Why not? Let's take a look right now. Mm. Let me see. Let's see. Broncos is on top of the division too, by the way. For anybody that's one. No. The Broncos. Wait. Texans and Broncos don't face off. The Giants are favorites against the 49ers. Where do you see that, Blackbird? No, they not. No, they not. No. San Francisco 49ers are favorite over the Giants. San Francisco 49ers is a -2.5. What book you see? You must got a reverse line somewhere, right? Because anybody that's listening right now, whatever sports book you use, could you confirm to me with the sports book, the book that you use, if the 49ers are underdogs against the Giants? Because that's a little suspect to me if anybody has that. I don't know if I see that anywhere, Blackbird. Now, I'm looking via FanDuel and I'm looking via DraftKings. See, we got to share this information so all of us can we get our bets down the correct way. Right? Hold on. I ain't see nothing like that though. I could be tripping. Where do we see that at? No, Blackbird. I think you made a mistake on that one. I right? I don't know. Like I don't anybody that's listening. Anyone that's listening right now, all my guys, right? Because somebody confirmed to me if the Giants are favorite against 49ers. Now, because the books I see, it's the 49ers is a -2.5. And I'm looking over here. Obviously, I'm here in the East Coast. Anybody? Okay, Blackbird says ESPN. Dell Dell has 2.5 49ers favorite on his end, and he's out there West Coast. So ESPN, I don't know about that one. That sound kind of suspect. I don't see why would ESPN flip it? You know that's a total of 5 points, right? That's a 5 point flip when it comes to odd and even. As you guys know, and I don't got to tell you that. So if something's a -2.5 and you bring it down or up, if you bring it up, yeah, -2.5. If you bring that's a 5 point swing, literally. I need to do some research on why they doing that. What are they going by? Because if your man Scatterboo, whatever y'all want to call him, if he's hurt, but 49ers do have a better record, why would the 49ers be underdogs? I don't know about that one. If that is true, something is suspect about this game, people. If there's anybody that can backtrack ESPN right now, ESPN Bet, because I don't use ESPN Bet, but I wonder if their lines. Hold on, because you know how usually you can watch odds and not be a part of it. So I'm gonna check it myself. Week 9. Let's see. Nah, Blackbird. On ESPN, it has -2.5. 49ers. It's the 49ers 2.5 on DraftKings. Yeah. But the 49ers should be 2.5 on ESPN as well. Because let me tell you why. Because if that's the case, something real fishy is gonna happen in that game. Because you know what that is, right? That's a 5 point swing. To go from 2.5 of a favorite, but drop down. Because remember, you can go from 2.5 favorite to a 2 to 1.5 to a 1 to an even, right? And then now that's when you start hit the plus. They'll have you like at a plus half of a point, and then a plus one, 1.5, +2 to a +2.5. If you total all that together, that becomes a 5 point swing. That's something very risky going on if that's true. Nah, it's the matchup projector. Okay, it's the matchup projector on ESPN. Oh, okay. But then what's so crazy? Even as that being the projector, I don't get why it would be 2.5 for the Giants. Is it because the Giants is home? I don't know. So we got some interesting games. What do you got? I want to know your opinion on. Okay, so 40, not the 49ers game. I need to know you guys' opinion on a certain game. Or the Giants and Vikings. I don't. I just think the Vikings is going to go in a little bit of a struggle, right? Oh, real quick, y'all. The Saints and Rams. I feel like a lot of you guys feel like that's a lock, right? Now, I'm not sitting there saying it's going to be an upset, but it wouldn't surprise me, people. It wouldn't surprise me if that ended up being a close game some way, somehow. 14.5 points, it is a lot of points. Rams and Saints games usually are close. So I'm just telling you guys, if you're going to bet that game, be careful. I mean, it could be a blowout. We know that. It could be a blowout, but just be careful, because I wouldn't be surprised if somebody gets upset this week. Right? Now, if the Rams win, obviously the Rams go to 6-2. Now, you got the San Francisco 49ers at 5-3, right? Seattle Seahawks, and shout out to Seahawks. I tried to tell y'all, Seahawks they're gonna do something. Now, are they gonna go all the way super far? I'm not saying all of that, but that was one of the teams that, if you know, right? But the Rams, do you guys think the Rams are gonna take control, the number one spot? San Francisco 49ers, they won't take the number one spot at all, even if they win, but they could drop down to 5-4. So you got to be careful with this game, right? I can't say who I'm betting. I can't say that. I mean, because it's for the members. Tell you who I like, But like I said, when I make these bets or these picks, it's solely, I look at the division. Yeah, no scatterable. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's a difference. All of their wide receivers is getting hurt. Their who else is getting hurt? Their running backs is getting hurt. I've been telling people that this whole dart shit, you gotta be careful. I feel like it was a trap. The Giants are always gonna be the Giants. They're gonna always be a laughing stock in the NFL.
Oh God.
That's it. They always gonna be a laughing stock. But also, I said it's gonna catch up. When it comes to the Giants, it's gonna catch up. That whole scatterball shit, y'all overdoing him with the running too much. I said that here. I said that over there on the Pick'em show. When I have conversations with my guys at work, I say it all the time. I say, yo, listen. Whether you think this is real, whether you think it's fake, let me tell you what's going to happen. Just because it's the Giants, they're going to overuse that man, right? And if they're going to script the fake injury or he really going to get hurt, they're not going to let Dart and Scatterbo have success just like that. I don't know why anybody, especially Giants fans, would think that's just automatically gonna happen just like that. don't know why. That whole the rookie, you know, the last time I saw something like that of success with the rookie quarterback and rookie running back. That's funny because the last time I saw that happened in the same division, the NFC East, with your man Dak and what's his name? What's his name? It's Dak and Zeke. That's the last time I saw that. And then both of them, they got the co-rookie of the year, right? And they had lost to Green Bay in the playoffs that year. Right? That was the 2016 season. I think NFL entertained us very good in the 2016 season. I think in sports, 2016 season was like probably one of the best, not the best, but probably one of the best ever when it comes to how they scripted everything. I liked it. Super Smith says the Pittsburgh Steelers equals 81. The Colts is winning to go 8-1. Oh, plus it also helps the Ravens come back in the division race. Absolutely. I have my thoughts on that game. I find it funny that they're 7-1, the same number as Daniel Jones, right? I'll say this: I wouldn't be surprised if that ends up being a close game. But there's something fishy about why the line is not moving. I'll just say that. Because you know, a lot of people think this. The Colts is gonna go on this win streak until they meet the Chiefs. Because you know they got the Chiefs coming up, right? In like what, maybe 2-3 weeks, right? And that's the chatter that I'm hearing. That the Colts is gonna go on a run until they meet the Chiefs. Then the Chiefs is gonna beat the Colts. Because now the Colts is gonna have a schedule. They're gonna have to face some tough teams. The Chiefs obviously is gonna quote unquote be one of them. You know, truth. That hat, well, this colored hat, I'm gonna have on the website. You know, the website where everyone buys the hoodies and the membership. I will put this hat, this one, the black one, on the site for sure. Right. So yeah, the red one. Yeah, y'all digging the red? That's what up. So yeah, you need that hat. I'm gonna make sure I put that on a website along with the black one. Right? So yeah, you know, with the hoodies and shit like that. Well, that's already on there. But I'm gonna put that on the site. But I'm also added to the membership on the YouTube part. That way, you know, if people don't want to like navigate to the website and they just want to do it straight from the YouTube, is easy, right? So I got you on that one for sure. Daniel Jones is really balling. I don't know where that quote comes from. But you know what I've been looking for? I've been looking for a tweet. Or did I say it on, I don't know if I said it on a Pick'em show or I said it on one of these shows. Rigged scripted shows last year. I probably said it. And I swear, and I'm not saying it just because they doing good now, but I remember saying to myself, not even to myself, to the audience, that it would be funny if Daniel Jones leads the Giants and all of a sudden has success. I remember saying that in 2024. I would just have to find where I said it. If it was a tweet, or if I said it on here, or if I said it on the Pick'em show, or whatever. But I remember saying that I could see him having success. But you know, because a lot of people trashed him. Oh, he's trash, whatever. I said, I don't care if he's trash. I just usually know how this shit go. A player goes somewhere else and they have success. Remember, it's the Giants. And I don't know how many times I told people this, and I'm going to say it. I said it before, and I'm going to say it again. The Giants' success was only for one reason. Right? The Giants are always going to be trash. Any quarterback that goes to the Giants, I'm not even going to lie to you. If Patrick Mahomes had got drafted to the Giants, I'm telling you, if Patrick Mahomes in 2017 had got drafted to the Giants would have still been trash. No matter what quarterback goes to the Giants, Tom Brady, they're going to be trash. The only reason why they had success was because MetLife Stadium was being built right there in Jersey, across the water. That's the only reason why, the only reason why, the only reason why the Giants had success with Eli Manning when they won both of those years. It was coming up. It was coming up. That's a lot. It's a lot of money to build that stadium for whatever reason. But there's a lot that deals with that. Notice how all that success disappeared. The Giants will always be bottom feeders unless it's a reason. If they move their stadium again or if they have something big planned for them, then you can see success with the Giants. But listen, all you New York fans are the Giants. And this is why I say a lot of fans are delusional because they support teams that have no chance of winning. Earlier in the chat, somebody came in the chat and said, well, if sports is rigged, why aren't you winning big on bets? Like, you should be winning on bets all the time. Fine, right? Let's say that's your point. Well, then I'll say, for anybody that argues with me about football or basketball or any sport, why the fuck are you going to keep continuing being a fan of a certain team if they keep losing?
Oh, God.
You keep betting, you keep going out buying jerseys and hats and tickets and going so hard for these mother effing players, and they fail you time after time after time after time. What the fuck is wrong with you to where you can't grasp through your head that team is never going to win? Not at least the whole time you're going to be alive. At what point are a lot of you going to get that? I just needed to know. Patrick Mahomes is 0-2 against the Colts in the regular season. I like that. Good, Jim. You guys hear that, right? Blackbird says the Mahomes is 0-2 against the Colts in the regular season. So that means, let me check that. Let me check something for all of us. Let's check this right here, y'all. You probably like, hurry up, be fine. Check it. No. This is dealing with that game, the Chiefs and the You ready? Let's see. Colts. Okay, so that's November. That's right before Thanksgiving, right? The Chiefs and the Colts on the 23rd. And matter of fact, wait a minute. Wait. Don't the Chiefs play on Thanksgiving? Yes. Okay. Yeah. Remember the Chiefs. That's going to be a short week for the Chiefs because on the 23rd they play the Colts and then they play Dallas on Thanksgiving. So I need you guys. I can't wait till we get to that because we're gonna have to pay attention that week. That previous Sunday before Thanksgiving is going to be very interesting. Pay attention to the Colts and pay attention to the Chiefs. I think some money can be made from you guys in the chat if we pay attention to that shit. Something is going to happen with the Chiefs or the Colts. I'm not talking about injuries. I'm just talking about like a shift in the standings. Keep an eye out for that. Yes, yeah. Yep, Anton, yep, the Cowboys. That's going to be very interesting. I can't wait to see what the odds are going to be, because I think they probably already, uh, yeah, not no official odds that I would like. I mean, I don't see none yet, so that's good. Um, we should probably see the odds to that game pretty soon. Dallas versus Kansas City. That's going to be a hard game to decide. Now, we all know a lot of you people love to fade Dallas on a Thanksgiving, because usually they always fuck up during Thanksgiving. But here's the thing: usually when they do mess up on Thanksgiving, that's that's usually when they're a winning team. Most of the time when they have a winning record, that's when they fuck up on Thanksgiving. But now they don't have a winning record right now as we stand. We don't know what the next 2 weeks can be like starting now. The next 2-3 weeks, we don't know what it's going to be, right? We got to pay attention to that. So, and Mahomes can end up 0-3 against the Colts, right? So, it's going to be very interesting. I think that this week, hopefully, all of us have a successful weekend with our picks. Hopefully, we have a successful weekend with our picks. We'll see what happens with that, But yeah, the Bills game, I have to get more information, and then I'll let it be known to the members. And yes, the Rick and Truth. Yes, I'm gonna put this hat on the website. The white and black one. If you watch the other lives, you'll see me with the white and black one, right? That one, the red one. The hoodie is already up there, right? Shout out to the people that copped the hoodie last fall, winter, or whatever. The hoodie's up there. I'm sorry, excuse me. So yeah, I think we had a nice show. I think we had a nice show today, right? It's gonna be good this weekend. Now, get ready for tonight. Blue Jays or Dodgers tonight. In the chat, real quick before we go. I need to see what y'all put right now. Be honest, one more time. Blue Jays or Dodgers? Do we get a game 7, or does it end on game 6 tonight? Like I said, for anyone that did miss it, if the Blue Jays win tonight, that will be 3 times that they've went to the World Series and won 4 games to 2, 3 times, 6 games, 6, 6, 6 on Halloween. You guys already know about that 666 number. Can they do it on Halloween? Could they make it official tonight on Halloween, 666? Or do we see a game 7 this weekend? Or does Major League just shut it down and says, listen, college football, NFL, y'all can have the weekend. We done. Is that what we gonna see? Because they underdogs again, y'all. What y'all betting on? So what we got? I see Repeat say the Jays. Desmond says the Jays. He says the score's gonna be 4-1, or is it gonna be it just might be 14-1. Reserve says the Blue Jays. T Money says the Blue Jays. Seems like a lot of people on the Blue Jays tonight. I'm torn in between, right? But I'm not gonna lie. Like, you know what I said to myself? Y'all said, are the books in the league gonna give us Blue Jays money for like 3 games straight? You know what I'm saying? I'm like, they just gonna give us Blue Jays money for 3 games straight? Underdog money? That would be crazy if that happened. But once again, they could pull up the 666 tonight. Does the 666 happen tonight in Toronto in the 6? Because Toronto is known as the 6. So it's going to be 666 in the 6 tonight. Very interesting. I want to know, and I really need to know. So for anybody that's watching that's not in the chat, take note of that. They can complete the whole 666 tonight if they win. 4 games to 2. 3 times. And you know what's so crazy about that? That equals up to 12-6. 444-12 2226. You know, 3s and 6s is always going to be involved some way, somehow, right? So, yo, listen, make sure y'all like, comment, and subscribe. Shout out to everybody that, you know, blesses me. You know, I appreciate all that, you know, for getting y'all some wins. Y'all hit me up, yo, B-Fire, I got a little something for you. Thank you for that. I appreciate all that. We just got to keep winning. Y'all already know what Rig Scripted and Fix is for, is to give the information out. This is what I do here, is to give the information out. You know, and hey, yeah, they going against Yamamoto. Listen, he's the one that pitched that whole game. Was it game 2, right? He pitched the whole game. Yo, Dez, that's the thing. Like, I wonder if that was his gift. Cause do you think he does it again? That's what I'm saying. We're gonna have to study that game and shit, right? That's gonna be an interesting one. But I'm gonna put it in a post, on the YouTube post, on who I'm rocking with. Still got a couple of hours to determine who we rocking with tonight. So, I mean, it's looking like Blue Jays, but I don't know. We gonna see. Shout out to all y'all. Right? You know, BFire31 on Twitter, BFire1 on Instagram. What's that other? Oh, I got another show on Monday. Monday we going live. Random lives this weekend too. Just to let you guys know, it'll be early. No, it depends on what happens on Sunday. Sunday's games. So we just go live on Sunday night. Right? We gonna see. College should be good tomorrow. So I need to know from you guys: is it rigged? Is it scripted? Is it fixed? I don't know. I don't know. But you tell me. Make sure y'all comment, like, subscribe. See y'all on the next one. And I got a good topic for y'all. I think y'all gonna like it. We out.